Hey guys, my name is Christian Osmo, and before we get started, I created a little test that I'd love for you to give a try. It's a test that tests your preferences and gives you a suggestion for the best place that you could pick to take your partner on a holiday. So if that sounds good to you, I'm going to leave a link in the description below. Go ahead and take it. So maybe you've been in that place before where you're kind of like, maybe you search for flights but you're feeling a bit anxious. Maybe you keep planning vacations or trips or holidays or traveling the world or whatever, but your partner, maybe you feel like it's holding you back, or maybe you're holding yourself back, and your partner really wants to do it with you. This video is for you, so keep watching till the end. I actually met somebody one time who was actually afraid to book a trip or with their partner because she thought that it would cause a lot of friction. This is exactly what I'm trying to get out of people, because that's exactly what you need to do. If you're afraid that there's something that's going to cause so much friction that you really want to do, it's better to do it sooner rather than later, because what that's going to do, it's going to test your relationship. Maybe to a level where you're uncomfortable with, but the thing is it's going to happen sometime sooner or later. It may not happen today or tomorrow or next month or whatever, but it's going to happen. And if your relationship is going to last, you're going to have to figure out how to survive it. Traveling with a partner is something that gives you something to look forward to. Now, if you're like most of us, we kind of have a monotonous day in, day out kind of life. Now, there's nothing wrong with that per se, and I always say that you should find the exciting, find the fun in the day and day, because that's really what happiness comes from in life, is trying to look for something. But that certainly gets a lot easier if you have something real to look forward to. Something like planning a trip with your partner gives you that something that you need to, that really helps you look forward to something that makes the day in, day out less monotonous, more exciting, and it gives you something to bond over. Planning something with your partner can bring the two of you together. And what I mean by that is not just going on the vacation, but actually making the plan and making it happen. That's what brings you two together, because it forces you to make a conscious plan together, which is something maybe you've never done before. With your significant other. Now, most of us probably have, and you are going to make plans, just in your normal everyday life with your significant other. But when you're in your normal life, it always seems like there's just all the time in the world. There really isn't, but that's a totally separate point altogether. But when you have a plan to, oh, look who it is. Look who it is, Melaya. Gakon. Melaya.
She's smiling and so like daddy thanks for seeing me.
Dada. Dada. Creating a plan together can bring the two of you closer, not just because you're making a plan about some big scheme, but because you have limited time to do it. Now, because of the fact that you have limited time, it puts more pressure on the whole thing. And creating this plan, factoring in, what you want to do, what you don't want to do, what the other person wants to do, really helps you get your priorities in order. And obviously, it helps you get your problem-solving skills in order at the same time. And so you have to factor in, what you want to do, what your partner wants to do, whether or not you want to do the same things together. And the thing is, I think a lot of the time we kind of let things slide in our normal day-to-day life because we think that we have so much time. Now, we don't really. That's a totally separate issue. What traveling does, or what going on holiday does, is it says, okay, we have 1 week, we have 2 weeks, we have 3 weeks, whatever. What exactly are we going to do? It's a lot harder to just say, we can do whatever, I don't care. Because you should care, because it's your only time. And it's, time that I hope that you appreciate spending with your other half. Traveling with your significant other helps you grow together. And not just because, you're doing stuff together, but because you get to see this person that you're getting to know, that you're building a life with, in a totally different light. Now, you can do, fun things and new things and cool things all you want at home, but the thing is, you're not going to see them in a different environment. You're not going to see them in a different country. You're not going to see them speaking a different language in this other environment that's more free and more liberating, in your normal day-to-day life. It just doesn't really happen. And so to get to see them in this new light, to get to see them perhaps be generous to strangers that they would never otherwise have met, is totally eye-opening. I would never have known how brave Deborah was if she hadn't, basically forced me to go door to door in Mexico trying to sell my websites, trying to do this. I mean, she did it first. That was how I knew she was brave. She did it first. And so the fact that she did this, I saw her in this totally different light that I don't know that I ever would have seen her in. And because of that, I know her character, I know what she's capable of, and I know how to drive her forward to be her best. And she knows how to drive me forward to be my best. And that's exactly why seeing your partner in a different environment is so vital to not just the survival, but the thriving of your relationship. When you get to know your partner in this kind of different environment, at the same time, problems are going to come up. And you get to see this person not just in a new environment doing cool, fun, interesting things, but also, when things go wrong. And so how does the person react when it starts raining and you don't expect it to? And they're doing the thing that they really wanted to do, and it quite literally rains on their parade. How do they react? How do they get over it? How do they thrive? What happens when you get pickpocketed on the outskirts of Paris and you don't have enough money to get home, to get back to your hotel? Does your partner take it with stride? Take it, just breathe in, breathe out, and kind of go on with the flow? Or do they freak out? When it starts raining in Rome and they hate the environment that they in, do they just try to enjoy it? Do they laugh about the experience? Or do they panic? Because a lot of us panic. I mean, it's so telling of our personalities, how we react in these situations gone bad, and things will go bad. So what I want to wrap up here is things are going to go wrong in your relationship. It's better to know how your partner handles them before you get married. For example, you make an irrevocable mistake. It's better to know to help them. I mean, it's not your responsibility to help them through it, but it's better to help them through it if that's what it takes. And to kind of see how they treat everything, how they treat people in these situations where they're under a lot of stress. And so that is something that travel does to you. It's something that travel did to us. It helped prepare us better for real life. When things go wrong, how do we treat each other? How do we react to the situation? And that's just it. So if you guys want to hear more videos like this, I'm going to be making them a lot more often. I do relationships, sometimes parenting, a lot of travel. If that sounds interesting to you, then hit the subscribe button below. She's all tuckered out. This baby girl is a trooper.